Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner.
Welcome, race fans. You're here tonight with Speed Zone TV. I'm your host, Robert Warrens, bringing you some action for race number 5 for Roughneck Racing's Wagner's Welding Truck Series. We're going to be at Phoenix Speedway tonight, duking it out for 100 laps. These drivers right now are just finishing qualifying and will be getting underway shortly. So, very exciting night. Phoenix is a very interesting track. It opened back up in 1964 and has been running ever since. In 2011, it had a major reconfiguration, which opened up that dogleg. And when it did, it created a different style of racing here. And then that reconfiguration, it also relabeled the corners tonight. So drivers are just getting ready to grid up. We'll go through the starting grid now and just kind of level set what's going on tonight. Phoenix is going to be a very greasy track. Even though this is a nighttime race, you're going to see some of these drivers sliding around and start to manage their tires accordingly. You don't want to get heat in the tires and, lose track position and, possibly cough up the win for yourself. So looking at our grid tonight, we've got 23 cars in the field. Big field tonight. Our pulse hitter, the 08 machine of Aguilar, followed by 71, Love. Inside row 2, Pylon. Isgrig in the 4th position. Row 3, Copperthorn in that 98. 6th position is Jeff Scott. 7th is Barker. 8th, Adamson. 9th, Hurst. Speicher in 10th, Richardson in 11th, Hennings 12th, Ramsey 13th, Hawkins 14th, Hunter 15th, Lessier 16th, Fairman 17th, Mama T Speicher in 18th, 19th, Richards 20th is Freeling, and rounding out the field there is Fielder in the 21st position, followed by Richards in the 52 machine in the 22nd position, and Wagner rounding at the field in the 23rd position. It's going to be an exciting battle here tonight. So bringing you the action, Speed Zone TV for the Wagner's Welding Truck Series. And let's get these drivers all zoomed in upon. Beautiful night tonight. Take a look at the weather. Pace truck is off. These drivers are going to go down all the way down that backstretch going into turn 3 before they get the green. So looking at the weather, we're 75-degree track temp. It's a mile-long track. Partly cloudy, 24% humidity. Aguilar holds the pace here. Gonna get ready to fire. Green is out. Great start by the 08. Cuts the dogleg going down. One of the things that we're gonna have to watch is as drivers re-enter that dogleg, that they're able to have safe room to clear back up. And you can see Pylons putting some pressure on Aguilar early. Caution is out, wrecking back in the field there. Big pileup. Unfortunate here. And, one of the things that we hope not to see is so much that on cold tires that these trucks are extra greasy. So we'll let the field grid re-grid here, and then we'll see what we can find from our replay cams just to see where that first contact was. But got a whole bunch of messages to sift through. Speed Zone TV instant replay. It doesn't look like anything's happened here just yet. Drivers were just completing the first lap and just looking for the right camera angle for you guys at home. Let's go with the far chase here. See, roll at a quarter speed here. Currently on board the 05 machine. You can see just the pink truck up there just brushing the wall, but nothing's happening yet. Oh, the 96 machine up there. It's looking like the 96 machine is doing a little dance. And we'll just rewind it, see if it'll rewind for me. And you can just see as he's coming out of the exit of turn 2, that truck just gets yawed out. And as he's getting yawed out, unfortunately, you know, the trucks behind him just have nowhere to go. There's about 10 trucks in tow. And great job of trying to keep it under control and, you know, stop it from sliding up to the wall. The 2 of Richardson tags him slightly. 13 gets turned. Heavy contact there from 27 and 84. Back into the 13. Tons of carnage. These drivers have a fast repair, so hopefully, you know, they're not going to be using it just now. They're going to be looking to either, you know, try to salvage what they can and, you know, hopefully save it for later in the run. You don't want to be using your fast repair just yet. So we'll get back to some action here. These drivers have all entered the pits and are likely going to be rolling out. So that was your Speed Zone TV instant replay. And already gridding up, pace truck's off, so a long-winded explanation of that caution for you guys at home. Race number 5 tonight, Phoenix Raceway. Current leader is 08 Aguilar, Pilot in second, Love in third, Isgrig fourth, Copperthorn in fifth. Getting ready to fire off again. Oh, 08 machine gets a great start. Love is under Pylon. Great job by those drivers to get away. Oh, the 3 machine of Hurst, I believe that was. Let's see if we can get to him fast enough. Caution is out once again. Drivers are serving a tough time here. So here's our Speed Zone TV instant replay. Let's try to see what happens. Showing action from Hawkins and the 84 machine. Looks like Adamson and Hurst get together, but that's not what is the caution. Hurst gets a little loose on the entry there. Or sorry, Hawkins gets a little loose into the 05 machine, but Hawkins goes right around. Richardson squeezes by, but you can see some significant damage on the right front of that machine. Fairman. Wow, great job, but 52, nowhere to go. And just heavy contact there. So that would be your Speed Zone TV instant replay, bringing you all the jazz. Back to some live action now. You know, you saw that 3 machine. I thought that's where the accident was, and we saw that live there. But you know, Hurst was able to gather it back up, get into Adamson. So it's likely that those drivers may want to pit and look at some of that damage. We'll take a look at left suspension. You could see some damage right there on Hurst's machine, as that's a little scuffed up on the left front and on the left rear. We're going to take a look at Adamson as well, and we'll be looking at the right side of his truck. His right side looks clean, but I think the 05 as well was part of that contact of Lucier and Hurst, and they're stacking up right now, so dancing around while we look for some damage. 05 truck's clean, so it looks like Hurst is just bearing the damage outside of what we saw with the 83 machine. Back up with our leaders. Lights are off on the pace truck. The Adidas Chevy has not had a lot of competition just yet, but the race is young. We've served the first 8 laps pretty much under caution. And, you know, with 23 trucks in the field, there's still lots of time, lots of action left. Green is out. Jaguar gets a great start again. Love under pylon as they cut the dog leg. Drivers are going to make it into the corner, and it looks like they're going to make it clean this time. Yellow is out again. We'll have to go back and take a look at that. Drivers are not able to get heat in the tires under this conditions. We'll go back and see what happened here as we look for an Speed Zone TV instant replay moment. And here we are on board with Mama T. Switch the view for you guys so we get a better look at it. As we our chase cam, and you can see is entering in turn 1. Therese is up scrubbing the wall there, so we're just gonna click play, see what happens next. Able to pull it off the wall, pulling it down. Looks like there's some rear damage on that truck. It looks like perhaps hitting it harder than expected, but I'm not seeing why the caution has come out just yet. Oh, lo and behold, the car's going into yaw, and hooking down. Hard contact with that inside barrier. Good thing they got those safety walls, and it looks like Wagner's Welding is going to be working hard this weekend, repairing these trucks for Roughnecks Racing. This is season 6 here. This league fosters a great community from experienced drivers to rookie drivers, and you know, this is kind of just some of the growing pains of what's happening and allowing drivers to have a safe space to race and define their racecraft. Phoenix is not an easy track, especially on cold tires. So looking at our qualifying times were 27 seconds or sub 27 seconds laps, and right now our best lap time is sitting around 28 seconds, so these trucks haven't even got up to speed. And you've seen on these restarts now is that, you know, their inside line is cutting the dog leg, but there's also some controversy around, you know, how breaking that racing surface is that outside driver supposed to let that inside driver reconnect back to the racing surface. So we'll have to stay tuned as that action kind of develops. Taking a look next as these drivers come down the backstretch to take the green flag. Sitting with our starter. I don't know if he's working today. Green flag's a little low. Here comes the field. Green is out. Aguilar gets a great start once again. Waiting for the field to come into turns 1 and 2. Here they come. Will it be clean this time? Looks great. Back up with our leader. Lap 1 is in the books. .27.5s. We're getting up to a better pace. Have to take a look at some of the action further back in the field. Taking a look at the 98 machine, a Copperthorn. Copperthorn is looking to make a move on the 40 truck. Cutting the dog leg. It's going to get the nose going into turn 1 with the 10 truck just behind. 10 truck is Greg Speicher. Not going to be able to complete the pass here. It's going to be a very patient time, as these drivers are going to have to manage their tires, manage their equipment, and make sure that everything is working out. Back up front with our leader, 08 of Jaguar. Opening up a little gap on the field. He's got an 8/10 lead already. Last lap is a 27 flat. Trucks in behind, 27.3, 27.2, bouncing around. So 2 to 3 tenths faster a lap. Looks like Love is trying to make a move on Pylon. We're going to go back a little bit further in the field. By further, I mean way back. On board with Johnny Hurst as he's battling the 46 machine of Adamson. Adamson's going to make a run going into turn 1. Door to door. Both sharing the track. Richardson in tow. Hurst gets a little loose as he exits turn 2. They're going to go down the backstretch. Be able to make it. Adamson still trying to get some clean air. Take a look at Brian Hennings in his 74 Wagoner's Welding truck. Chevy powered. Brian's had a great season so far. He's in contention for a championship. Currently leading the points with 1 win, with an average finish of 2nd place. He's been up front all season long. We mentioned him earlier, the 46 machine. Adamson's currently in P2 in points. Barker, the 96 truck, you saw him earlier tonight involved in one of the first cautions. He's in 3rd, 7 points back. Pylon, the 29 truck, is currently in 4th, and Cooper, I don't know if I saw him in the field tonight, is sitting approximately 16 points back. That's going to round out our top 5. Well, it's tied for the 5th, and the 3 truck of Hurst is tied for that 5th position as well. So lots of action going on for you viewers at home as you watch Speed Zone TV's broadcast of the Roughneck Racing's Wagner Welding Truck Series for race number 5 at Phoenix Raceway. Back up front here with our leader, Jaguar. 9/10 gap on the field. And it's looking right now that, you know, you're seeing still that 2 to 3 tenths margin of lap times. Yeah, definitely not seeing Cooper in the field tonight unless he's running under a different name. Go on board with that 40 machine is Greg in his hammer down Chevy. I believe that's a new paint for him as it's shining under the lights at Phoenix. The 52 machine of Tony Richards that is just entering the screen now is a lap down. That 98 truck of Copperthorne is who the battle is with, as Isgrig is currently sitting in the 7th position. Take a look at our battle box. You see that Speicher is about 2 seconds behind, so this field has spread out drastically right now, and I think we're going to have to be kind of mindful of when those pit cycles start to happen. Take a look around to see if we got a battle brewing anywhere for you guys to view at home. We're going to zoom in on Hurst and Richardson. The 3 machine is under fire from the 2. Not sure if that inside damage there is causing some trouble for Hurst for handling characteristics of that truck. Back up front with our leader next. Let's take a look at what Aguilar's doing. Pylon has reeled him back in. I don't know if he was saving or what. Gonna take a look at some cockpit view of what's happening between these two drivers. Let's get a bird's eye view of exactly of those wheel inputs between the two drivers. Just crossed the start-finish line. They're going to be entering turn 1 here. A lot of wheel input from the 08. Looks like he slightly overdrove. Catching on the lap truck is 70. That's Mama T as they get set up for entry into turn 3. We want to wrap the bottom here as best as possible. Keep that wheel straight. We're going to cut the dog leg. All right, time to switch to Pylon. As we watch the same thing here. Nice and smooth. Just going to clear the outside of Mama T. Gave up a little bit of time there. Pylon sliding the nose into turn 3 and letting that thing wash a little bit. Take a look at some lap times for you viewers at home. As you can see that Aguilar and Pylon are splitting lap times, and Hennings has now moved into the 3rd position, who's a 1/10.5 quicker. So now we're going to take a look at Hennings here. On board with Hennings, who's not breaking the dogleg. So you know, if you're an iRacing fanatic, you might be wondering why some drivers do and don't cut the dogleg. It could be a rumor, it could be a suspicion, is that by cutting that dogleg, you might be adding extra heat into your tires. So staying on that racing surface, when you transition, you're almost like jumping and hopping the truck a little bit. And when you jump and hop that truck, are you forcing heat into that tire? And the same when you re-enter that racing surface. Hennings is feathering that truck very hard as he's making a charge here, sitting 1.5 seconds back. All right, enough of this crazy cockpit view. Look for a battle on the track. It looks like Adamson has started to make his move in the field, as he's now up several spots tonight's race. He started a little bit further back, currently in P2 in points, repping the Race CPI logo. You can see that just passing those trucks, so we'll get a better indication of his lap times here as he crosses that line. Even with Isgrig, that 40 machine in front, he's currently 6 seconds back. But depending on these fuel windows, we're going to start to see some pit cycles happen. So we're going to be bringing you some of that action as well. Looks like we're going to go ahead and take a look at our battle here for 12th position. Got Wagoner, Richardson, and Barker. Wagoner doing a great job of hugging that yellow line, 1 and 2, as Richardson and Barker are on the high side. Great job of saving the tires there and not abusing them whatsoever. Looks like I might have missed it, but we're showing that some drivers have entered the pits. Let's take a look here with Steven Aguiar. Not exactly sure, but we're gonna check the battle box here. Oh, no, just my timing is switched out here. So it was showing that he had entered the pits, but he's currently maintaining a 0.7 gap. Silly internet. You gotta watch that stuff. Taking a look at our drone cam. Right now, you know, Aguiar and Rowdy Pylon here have maintained trading laps. Hennings has fallen off the last couple laps. And just looking through the field, it's looking like nobody has really had more aggressive laps than what Aguiar is setting. So he's definitely setting the pace tonight, opening up the gap. I don't know if we're going to see a one-stop race tonight or if somebody's going to be bold and do 2 stops. You know, from the starting of the race, we're already a 1.5 seconds difference for lap times. So it's very easy for somebody to potentially make 2 stops and make up the time. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens next. You guys should be interested too. Speed Zone TV tonight. I'm Robert Warrens, bringing you all the action here at Roughneck Racing's Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. This is season number 6, race number 5 at Phoenix Raceway, and you know, it's a spicy one tonight. We had a rough start so far, and drivers are now settling in and getting the job done. Just to give you an idea of how far these drivers are spread out, you can see the track map. Adamson is coming down turns or into turn 3 out of turn 4, and the leader is going, oh, yellow's out. What the heck? Well, this will definitely shuffle the deck, but we'll take a look at our Speed Zone TV instant replay. But essentially, what I was going to get to is that the leader is about a half track ahead of Adamson. So this is it's going to put a ripple in Aguiar's strategy, and you know, reshuffle the deck as far as having the whole field stack back up, and hopefully that they're mindful. Tires are cold. The track is rubbered up, which will help, but with no air pressure built up in those tires, it could be very greasy. Speed Zone TV here. Let's take a look at this caution on board with the 30 machine of Wagoner. So I believe here Wagoner had pitted a lap or two prior. And we might be looking at a situation here of not having heat in the tires. So you can see the truck's going out into yaw and losing grip. That's going to be a tough break for that 30 machine. Nice job of sliding it, and you can see that wheel's cranked. But, oh, little kiss on the wall as that smoke puffs up. Little kiss there, hello. But it's not going to look like there's going to be too much damage from what I can see. We'll take a look at the left front of the truck here. Yeah, I don't know. Looks maybe pretty clean to me. But drivers are cycling through the pits now. We'll have to see what's going on up front, but we will get back to live action. That was your Speed Zone TV instant replay. Currently showing Adamson in the lead. I don't believe Adamson had pitted. Gonna have to wait for this whole pit stop strategy to update. But, you know, my race control is letting me know that there has been a series of pits, but for Adamson to cycle ahead when he was running, I think, about the 6th or 7th position, I don't know if he's got tires here. If drivers don't have enough fuel, then perhaps, you know, this is a strategy by Adamson where he may run 5 to 10 laps, hope for a green flag run, and perhaps make up the time, but I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Perhaps he's hoping for another caution. Pace truck's in. We're getting ready to fire off. Green is out. Adamson gets a good start. He ducks down, lifts. Now you're seeing Pylon with Aguilar in behind. So Aguilar has led majority of this race with no pressure. He's going to look under. Oh, we got a spinner in behind. I believe that was a 10 machine. Didn't catch that soon enough, but we'll see if we can find it for you viewers at home. Bring you that Speed Zone TV instant replay once again. So we're on board with Greg Speicher. Just see what happens here. Like the 10 machine gets in a little hot. He's tight on the 99 of Fairman. But that is not, I believe, where the contact is. Fairman is in a little bit of a yaw there. Gathers it up. Looks like the 10 machine enters the same yaw after Fairman collects it. And it looks like similar to what we just saw with the 30 machine. Is the 10 machine might want to say hello and kiss the wall. Oh, so beautiful. Looking like that 10 machine has got a little bit more nose damage, a little bit harder contact, and hoping that the 10 machine's able to get it back out there and get it all settled up. Couple kisses with the wall tonight. I don't know if that's, you know, what they talked about in the driver's meeting, but I don't know if as a car owner you want to be tearing up equipment like that, but with a sponsor like Wagoner's Welding, these guys are in good hands, able to get their trucks repaired for the following week. Lights are about to go off on the pace truck. We're going to take a look at the schedule. Currently, we're under race number 5 of the season. We had a variety of mixing drivers pulling up the wins. Next week, we're going to Iowa Speedway, 150 laps there. Very similar track to this that we're seeing at Phoenix. This, to me, is more of a driver's track because it's more of a short track. So you're going to see just who has a different skill set from, you know, where we were last week at, where we were last week at Daytona. and super speedway racing opposed to intermediate speedways and short tracks. So Aguilar has proven to be a little bit dominant tonight. I heard he has one shaved nipple, so I'm not really sure how you viewers want to take that at home, but you know, hopefully we get some video proof of that, because it's a hard one to swallow. Pace truck has ducked in. The Ally Chevy of Pyland will control the start here. We'll take a look at our cameraman, give him a shake, give you a perspective of the field using the drone. Excellent fire off from Pyland. Hennings is going to get underneath Aguilar. Isgrig is going to look to mount a charge as well. 49 laps to go. I'm hoping to see some tire conservation here. It's pretty easy to burn them up. Pyland's going to do a great job of firing off to about a 4/10 lead. He's got to be mindful of entering the corner and not sliding the nose. You know, if you do got the space, it might be advantageous for a driver to cut that dog leg. It's about a 1/10 a lap, but it may also have an adverse effect on those tires. Looking at we got a lot of battles going on. We're going to go on board with the 40 machine. A little bit further back, Isgrig's currently in 5th with Hennings in front and Scott in behind him. Drivers are doing a good job of getting through the corners. We're going to take a look at the battle for the lead here, as Pyland is under fire, but doing a good job of wrapping the bottom. Yellow is out. Oh no. Truck Series has been riddled with some cautions tonight. Phoenix Raceway proving to be a tough lady to tame. I don't know if the track identifies as a lady, but we will identify it as a lady today. Speed Zone TV instant replay, here we go. Just back that up a slight bit, see what's happening here. On board with that 10 machine. Fortunately, had the last caution. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to see here, but looking to be off pace already. Wheel is turned dramatically. See if we can get a little bit more camera for the viewers. It's looking like there's damage on the left front already. And the nose. Not sure if that truck got into the wall or whatnot, but yeah, we're just seeing that the 10 machine has elected to tow into the pits. But yeah, there's significant damage on that truck. You can see that the right side is crinkled up and not really able to maintain the pace speed. Tough break for the 10 machine of Spicer. All right, let's see what's going on up front. Lights are out on the pace truck, lap 55. Despite the cautions that we saw tonight, racing has been ticking off the laps. Tick tock, tick tock. So Aguilar put some pressure on Pyland and Love and Hennings be right in the mix as well. Isgrig and Scott also not too far behind, and I think it's very interesting to see just the mix of drivers and you know, how that mid-pack is shuffled. But really up front, it's been Pyland and the Pyland and Aguilar show. Drivers are going to head down the backstretch. Look at the field. 23 cars starting tonight, race number 5 at the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. Taking a look here as the trucks are coming down to the starter stand. Green flag is out. Chasing down into turn 1 and 2. Here comes the field. Byland gets a great run. Down the backstretch. Into 3. Exit of 4. Back into 1. Field doing a great job of keeping these cars under control. Island has Love in tow. Love is going to look on him and make a battle for the outside. Pylan's going to cut the paint. Now, the outside of 1 and 2 here can get an excellent run. But as you're up higher in that second groove, you can get a little squirrely. A little scrub of the wall there by the 71 machine as he's charging for the lead. Runs in hot. Aguilar's going to tuck in behind, but Love's going to lose some of the fight there. Love is trying with all his might in that Ford Performance truck. One of the only Fords in the top 5 right now. And he's looking underneath. Pylan drives it in deep, doesn't want to give up the spot. Aguilar gets under Love. There is no friends left with 39 laps to go. Hennings now looking under Love. This battle in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars is pretty tight, with Copperthorne rounding out the 6th position there. Slight contact with Hennings and Love. You know, one of my preferred lines here is to wrap the bottom both times. As the tires get worn and you can't produce the speed off the bottom side, you do want to run the high side of the track. And especially, well, only in 1 and 2. So, in the reconfiguration in 2011, they relabeled the corners. And it confuses me every time. But drivers are entering turns 1 and 2 right now in the long swooping bank turn. Well, slightly banked. Turns 3 and 4 is the short turn that is higher banked. So I believe it goes up to like almost an 11-degree banking, which is quite intense where that Geico restart zone is. So trading lap times, yellow's out. Oh no. Not sure where the yellow is at. But, you know, they're ticking down. Like, so, you know, these drivers only have so many sets of tires. They've definitely bolted on 1. You know, is somebody going to look at a pit strategy here where potentially bolting on a set of tires might be the game-winning move? Let's take a look at our Speed Zone TV instant replay. On board with the 05 machine of Lussier. Going to take a look. Looksy doodle. Looks like rolling into turns 3. Hurst is sideways. Hunter in the 27 just behind. And heavy contact. Z05 locks it up, slides it, nowhere to go. Hurst hard into the wall. Medic at the start-finish line. 05 needs a medic. He's going to go. Let's get a different view of that because that was fun to watch. Whoop. Go back to the quarter speed here. We're going to just roll it back. And you can get the driver's perspective from what the 05 saw. So he can't see Hurst is in a slide right now. And then all of a sudden, he's got the wheel inputted, and this is a natural progression of the corner. You want to drift up here. And unfortunately, nowhere to go. But now your belts are locked in, and you're like, hey, why are the fans upside down? Oh, okay. Well, here's the track. But, you know, these cars have great safety devices. He's going to be okay. He's comfortable in a sim rig at home. No babies were hurt. No animals were hurt. And he's getting a beautiful shot of that cactus at Phoenix Raceway. Back to live action. That was your Speed Zone TV instant replay. Not sure what's happened here. If some drivers have elected to bolt on some tires. We'll take a look at our pit strategy, but we're seeing some shuffling. So it looks like a few drivers have not pitted. Take a look at. It's going to need a couple laps to update. Of course it will. But it's looking like Love, Isgrig, Hunter have not pitted. My gut feeling is that Hennings, Pylon, Scott, Copperthorne, Adamson, Fairman have all pitted. It's going to be hard to just see right now. Do pit stop time. Yeah, I just can't see it yet. We'll be checking in on that. If somebody could just remind me. Pretty forgetful. I'm getting up there in age. So here we are. Pace truck's in. Not too many laps left for these drivers to seal the deal. Love's had a great run so far. In the Garcard zone. Love gets a great start. Isgrig looking to clear, but Hunter is there. Contact on Hennings. Scott, nowhere to go. Adamson's collected as well. A lot of damage. We're going to have to figure out what the deuce happened there. I'm not really sure. Like, this is kind of like the carnage of new and old tires. I didn't like what I saw for the drivers here. Take a look at Ramsey's view. On board with Ramsey. You can see that the mix of drivers here have elected to have two different kind of views. So let me just see if I can get a better view on board with Hennings. Let me back it up just a touchy too. I'm going to see here with Hennings. He's coming down. He's expecting maybe the 27 to break, but the 27 is also coming back up the track. That's going to be our main contact, I believe. And after that, it's just all carnage, blood, tears, appendages. Tough break for Hennings. Having a great run tonight. Our current points leader, Adamson as well, P2, and Barker, 96. He gets it woed up. I'm not sure if he's got damage. Oops, wrong clickies. Not sure if he got damage out of that, so we'll just back it up one more time. It looked like he got it woed up. Slight contact on Adamson. Richardson on the bottom makes it. Aguilar makes it. Yeah, that's a tough break for these drivers. Sliding around, nowhere to go. Out of the dog leg. Everyone's full throttle. Everyone's juiced up. Let's get back to some live action from your Speed Zone TV instant replay. Barker elects not to pit. And this might be one of the strategies, that might pay off. You saw the lap times. They started with 27-second laps. They ended up at 28 and change, almost a second and a half off the pace from fresh tires. We have how many laps to go? 29. So if there's a late caution now and somebody has a set of tires, they're going to be bumping like gangbusters to get out there. Lights are off on the pace truck. Race number 5, Phoenix Raceway, Wagoner's Welding Truck Series, season number 6. A lot of action tonight for you guys at home. Speed Zone TV bringing it to you. I'm Robert Warren, your host. Show some love to your drivers because they're going to pull them tight and get fired off again. Love on the inside of Isgreg with Hunter and Pylon. Pylon's got freshies. Tough start by Isgreg. Hunter falls back. Pylon's going to dive on Isgreg with those fresh rubbers. A little bit further back, we're going to look at Barker. He's up 2 spots tonight after having some carnage, a little brush with the wall. Copperthorne underneath, Richardson in behind. And 56 of Richards as well, Benji. And Aguilar looking to make moves, got nowhere to go. Fairman as well. Aguilar cuts the track, big run. He's going to be looking to make a move on Barker. He's using all of his strength to get up there. Big battle further back on board with P10. Fairman, live on Speed Zone TV. Hard contact with the inside wall. I don't think we're going to need a replay for that one. Tough break for Fairman. And, it's likely that Fairman has taken tires. And what you're seeing is that I can't show it to you right now for some reason. It hasn't quite caught up with it yet. It's showing the top 8. But you can see now some of the drivers have taken tires. So Love and Isgreg haven't taken tires yet as this is bouncing around. But I believe Love is coming into the pits just meow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. We won't have to run a Speed Zone TV for that one. Just bouncing around. Back to some live action as it bounces around for me here. Love's going to be bolting on some tires. I mean, it's a good strategy now. I mean, considering that we've had 2 cautions since the last pit, there was going to be a slight advantage with bolting on rubber. It's going to be hard to navigate the field. We saw how cold tires have not been everybody's friend. So, patience is going to be a virtue. Love's going to be one of the first ones out here. Fairman's also come in. Scott, Barker. Our friend Hennings, current points leader of the Wagner's Welding Truck Series. But yes, our current leader for tonight is Jimmy Rowdy Pylon. He's 4th in points, sitting 13 points back. So, with Headings, Adamson, and Barker being a little bit further back, there's an opportunity here for him to gain some points and put himself into a stronger championship contention. Lights are out on the pace truck. Next week we're going to Iowa Speedway for 100 and some odd crazy laps there. Camera switched out for some crazy reason. 150 laps at Iowa Speedway. You're going to see a lot of similar racing here. Multi-groove track at Iowa. 1 and 2, you're going to want to hook the bottom. 3 and 4, you have about 4 different lanes you can run. So I think it's crazy that you're going to see a very different style racing. Look at the lights, how they shine off that 29 machine as he's going to control the start this time around. Look for our perfect camera view for you guys at home. Our drones picked it up. Isgreg on the outside, Copperthorne and Hunter in behind with Aguilar and Richardson. Island has a great start here. Fires off Excelente. Gonna cut that dog leg. We're gonna look a little bit further back where Hunter does not have tires and how drivers are gonna be able to manage getting around him. So, you know, you gotta be mindful of everyone's tire strategy now. He's doing a good job of hooking the bottom. Aguilar's having some trouble. 3 wide, cuts the dog leg. Let's take a look at Aguilar. Oh, inside wall contact. Not sure who that was. Jeff Scott, perhaps. No yellow flag. Back up front. On board with Aguilar again as he looks low on Richardson. Richardson gives up the spot with Love in behind. Love's got slightly fresher tires. Down through the dog leg. Aguilar on Hunter now. He's charging hard. 20 laps, or 21 laps to go. That is not a lot of time. Love, little loose out of 2. Down the backstretch. Wow, oh wow. Aguilar slides. Love is going to be able to make a move here on Aguilar if he sticks with it. And what we're seeing now is Pylon take the drivers to Gapplebee's, opening up a 1 second lead only a few laps after that caution came out. Hennings is now under Aguilar, and it's not looking too pretty. Take a look at our leader. Look in the bottom, doing a good job. Down the backstretch. He's really got a lot of room here and can just take it easy and pocket some tire. And I think that's really the move. It's like you don't want to push too hard. You want to be fast, but you don't want to push too hard. Let's take a look back in our P5. So Love and Hennings. Well, showing Love took tires on lap 75. I swear I saw Hennings come in and take tires as well. They're currently sitting 2.5 seconds back from our leader as they're looking to get on the outside of Hurst. So in 1 and 2, you can make that outside work, but you got to sail it off into the sunset and make sure you get your nose on the outside of the driver. Pylon continuing to open up that lead as these drivers with fresher tires are trying to make the most of it. Hurst moves up the track. I don't know if there was contact there or what. Hennings is able to get around Hurst and Love in one corner. Great job by Hennings. Love is able to finally make the same move. Crazy, crazy time here. We're going to move back a little bit further in the field. Currently at P9. Battle between Hunter and Benji Richards. 15 laps to go. A little bit further back, we're going to look at the battle here. Got about 5-6 trucks all in a bumblebee nest. I don't know if that's a thing. Sounds like a thing to me. Looks like drivers are slowing up on the inside. Crazy, crazy, crazy times. Let's hide that out. Let's go back up with our leader. Piling up 2 spots tonight. Repping the Ally Chevy. Praise Hill and Praise Dale, I believe he's got that tattooed on his backside. Not sure. Hennings is closing in. So let's take a look at some lap times here. 13 laps to go. Hennings and Pylon the last time about a tenth apart. This time they nuts even. And, oh, my apologies. They're about a half-tenth from Hennings. So if Pylon's able to maintain his current pace with a half-second, that's 30 laps catching him. So we're not sure about how tire degradation is going to kick in here. However, you know, anything can happen. 11 laps is a lot of time to sit into a metal asylum, be belted into that seat, and have, you know, only yourself to talk to. I don't know if he's got a radio man or what he's got, but, you know, he's just got to chill out and get it done. Coming to looking at the lap time again. Is Pylon turned to 27.82, Hennings 27.79. So 300ths different is not enough for Hennings to wheel in. You know, Hennings did have a lot of challenges with getting through the field on that fresher tires, did a great job of it. But I'm not sure if there's going to be enough time. He's slowly ticking it down, 1.5 second gap. But, you know, you got to make, you know, close the gap and then make a safe pass. And by pushing the truck as hard as Hennings may have to push, that's going to heat up the tires and maybe create an unfavorable situation. I'm going to take a look back here with the battle with Hurst and Aguilar. Hurst on the outside, Aguilar on the inside. Looks like Aguilar's going to be able to make the clean pass. A little bit further back with Hunter and Fairman. Fairman's already gone. Cameraman's a little slow today. I don't know if he's on the sticky icky or what. See if there's another battle in the field. It looks like Richards and Scott. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. Move it back out a bit. Ooh, Richards high. Looks like he just brushed the wall slightly. Benjamin Richards cuts a dog leg, gets a good run down into turn one. Speed Zone TV tonight. I'm your host, Robert Warrens, bringing you action for Rough Deck Racing's Wagner's Welding Truck Series, race number 5 in the season 6. And these drivers have put on a great show tonight. 6 laps remaining of the 100-lap fight. A little bit of a tough start, but, you know, it's settled down now, and we're seeing some good, clean racing, multi-groove track surface that Phoenix produces. Barker is going to be able to clear under Richardson. A little bit further back is Ramsey in the 13 machine. Currently sitting in the 14th position. Waiting for everything to bounce back around again. Only 4 laps to go. You can see that Hennings 1.2 seconds back from our leader as the iRacing server is glitching out right now, dropping off the field. Pylon might have this wrapped up if no caution comes out. Done a great job. Do it right. Ally, Chevy, 29 machine, looking shiny under the Phoenix lights. 3 laps to go. Crossing the line, 28-10, 28-20 for first and second, 28-18 for Love in the third position. Aguilar, 28-19. So the top four drivers there have absolutely traded lap times. Insane. So even though there's a slight bit different tire strategies between them, they're not able to gain margin. White flags come out. This race is going to be official. All Pylon has to do here is take it easy, and he's going to be victorious tonight. Coming down into turn 3. And here he is, our winner, Jimmy Rowdy Pylon. Hennings, P2. Love, P3. Aguilar, P4. Copperthorn, 5th. Isrig, 6th. And I'm looking like it's going to be Hurst, 7th. Got to stutter that one out. Scott is 8th. Barker is 9th. Hunter is 10th. That's going to round out our top 10. Congratulations to our winner tonight. Heck of a performance. Tough battle. Going to have to go through and just see, you know, the rest of the results for the field here. Taking a look at our results now. Back it up here, we're showing last first. There we go, is our winner tonight. Jimmy Pylon. P2 is Brian Hennings. P3 Daniel Love. 08 machine of Aguilar in 4th. Copperthorn in the 98 truck. 5th. 6th is Isgrig. 7th is Hurst. 8th is Scott. 9th is Fairman. Rounding out the top 10 is the 56 machine of Benjamin Richards. 11th is Barker. 12th is Hunter. 13th is Ramsey. Richardson is in the 14th position. Sam, the 05 machine. Lussier is in 15th. Edward Fielder, we saw him have some good runs. Wasn't really predominant in the field tonight. Rounding out 16th. Greg Speicher is 17th. Adamson 18th. He had some trouble there. Hawkins in the 84 and 19th. Mama T 20th. And then rounding out the field here, the last 3 spots is Wagoner in that 30 truck. It looks like he had to park it for the night. Freeling as well parking it, and the 52 machine of Richards parking it as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look to pull in some of the drivers for their interviews, see who we got in the booth. But heck of a performance tonight by these drivers, putting on a show for you guys at home. Speed Zone TV bringing you the action for Roughneck Racing's Wagner's Welding Truck Series, race number 5. Heck yeah. So we'll just bounce to a little quick commercial here. Let's get gathered up.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They
Awesome. Shout out to Wagner's Welding for sponsoring the truck series here at Roughneck Racing for season number 6. Um, without them, we wouldn't be here tonight. So very happy. Just taking a look in the booth here. We're gonna pull in our winner tonight. I don't see the other drivers, so we're gonna be pulling in Jimmy Rowdy Pylon. Jimmy, congratulations on your win tonight, sir. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good, pretty good. Especially how practice was kind of going when you was in the practice session. I tried to take as many notes as I could, and was watching how Steven was attacking the turns 1 and 2 on the late run, and tried to compliment. Tried to recreate that myself.
Yeah, for sure. And watching you at the start of the race and the middle to the end is that you were doing a good job of switching up what you had to do. The early on, you fell back a little bit, and like you mentioned, you kind of redefined your strategy. Were you nervous at all? Did you think how was your confidence in that second half of the run?
In the second part of the run,
Yeah.
It's a lot higher because I knew, like I said, I fell back, and I knew I either A, burnt my right front kind of hot, or B, I just was bent on running that yellow line. And after running in the rubber for a little while, I could tell that like it was not helping me at all. So that's when I switched it up and started running the kind of late line that Steven did, and I think it really helped.
Yeah, no, it definitely played dividends there. And then there was a caution around, I want to say lap 65, 70. I'm not sure the lap. You had elected to pit, and at that point, Steven was still ahead of you. What was going through your mind when you came out pretty much in front of everyone with the fresh tires when you only had about 3, markers in front of you, 3 drivers in front of you with older tires?
I felt pretty confident. I felt pretty confident with the fresh tires and the clean air. Because whenever I could get clean air on the nose, running behind Dan or behind Steven, when I'd get in their wake, I felt like really killed any run I would get.
Yeah.
So having that clean air, it definitely felt like the truck kind of took off in another gear. With how it was handling and the stability of it, and the biggest thing for me was like the center rotation was a lot better.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Is that iRacing and the aero package is if you're in tow with somebody, that dirty air creates any car to be a plow box, and you're turning an extra 5 to 10%, which creates a worse degradation on your tires than anything. But when you got in clean air, you had a hard charging pack behind you. Did you employ any strategy when you were doing that? Just hugging the yellow line. I saw you do a great job of that. But outside of hugging the yellow line, what strategies did you have?
I kind of pushed it a little bit harder, and I was a little, at least I felt like from my point of view, I was a little bit easier getting into 1 and 2 and letting it coast more. And then when I seen Brian and them kind of racing up to me, I was like, okay, well, fuck, I know, excuse me, I know Brian is really fast and a really good racer, so I had to push just a little bit more than I was really comfortable with. But as soon as I started seeing it kind of like plateau a little bit, my good teammate Johnny was like, don't watch your what did he say? Don't watch your lap times or something. You have no pressure behind you. And I was like, all right. And then I saw Brian is a little bit closer to me. I was like, oh man. Um, so I just kind of watched my relative, which I don't like to do because I feel like it's more prone to making mistakes. Um, but I kind of watched it, but watched closer on my line and was able to manage the gap a little bit. I feel like.
Yeah, and 100%, and it got it done for you tonight. So, hats off to you on getting the dub and kind of moving yourself up a little bit closer in that championship run. We're moving to Iowa next week. Is Iowa a track that you favor?
Yes. Yeah. We ran there last season, and I was able to fight off Dale and someone else for the win. So I'm hoping to recreate the success I had at Iowa last season. So to get the win here and then to head into Iowa next week, I feel really good going into next week. But I have to remember that just because I won this week, there's a whole new week next week.
Yeah, 100%. You're gonna have to do that homework. Oh well, Jimmy, congrats on your win tonight. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a huge shout out to James Wagner's Welding. A huge shout out to Speed Zone TV. Both of you guys putting this show on and sponsoring the stuff. It's awesome. My friends and family can watch me be a nerd and sim race for an hour and a half. And they get to root me on, so that's awesome. I want to give a huge shout out to my teammates, Sam Richardson, Johnny Hurst, Matt Barker. Um, we've all been putting in the work this off season on to get better as a whole, as a team, and to push each other to get better. And I can't thank them. I can't thank them enough for always being behind me and having my back and support.
Well, awesome, sir. You did it tonight. You got it done. Go pop some bottles. You deserve it. Well-deserved win and grid strategy played out for you. And I hope to see you up in the booth again.
Will do, Robert. Real quick though, I forgot a handful of people.
Yeah, sure.
Adam, my good buddy Adam. I want to give him a shout out. My brother Chris, give him a shout out, and then my and Chris's buddies, Evan, Kyle, my little nephews. It's funny to hear them talk about me racing. And then my sister-in-law.
Oh, hell yeah. It's important to show some love and pay some respect to the people that, support you in doing what you do, right? So it's obviously something you love, something you pour some passion into. So all that passion is poured out into getting you the dub tonight. So, congrats.
Definitely.
Congrats, Jimmy. So we'll catch you next week, and I hope to see you up in the booth again.
All right, Robert. I appreciate everything, man. Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Our P1 finisher, Jimmy Pilen, getting her done for you tonight. We're going to pull in P3 tonight and see what Daniel Love's got to say in that 71 machine. Daniel, what's going on, brother?
Right now, just enjoying some pizza after that race. That was honestly at the end there. I didn't have anything for Jimmy or Brian, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting to watch you because you were up front most of the night, but more of like a top 10 truck, and it wasn't really till the later part of the run that you were like, I'm here to compete. So as you're going through the race, did you change your style of driving? What did you do to find a little bit more speed?
Well, I was more than a top 10 truck. I was more like a top 3 truck all night. That's a joke. No, so I'm running the high line as the tires would wear out. Run a little bit more higher in turns 3 and 4, and I'm sorry, 1 and 2, and kind of dive off. Try to grab that yellow line coming off of turn 2. Of course, in turn 3, just dive down as deep as you can, adjusting the brake bias the entire time. Trying not to overdrive the truck, but obviously I did that and burned my stuff up. But it was a lot of. I love Phoenix. It's a good track. I could have done a little bit better.
I mean,
but
there wasn't too much room for you to do too much better. You pitted on, I think it was lap 75. There was a group of trucks that had pitted on lap 65 or so, I believe. And when you came out of that pit area, I believe, like from that caution, that pit stop, you were in around, like, I want to say, like 8th position. I'm not sure exactly, but you had some, tough competition to pass. There was a good battle there between yourself, Hennings, and Aguiar. Did you feel like, you just wanted to maybe perhaps give somebody a little bit of a bumper and move them along their way at any which point so you can make the most of those fresh tires?
No, Jimmy and I actually got pretty close to it. I think when he and I were battling for first and second, I knew going down into turn 4, I was like, this is going to be, or turn 3. I can't remember at Phoenix now.
Yeah, they're messed up, man.
Yeah. I knew when he was going to brake and I was going to brake just a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
Or a little bit early, a little bit later, I'm sorry. And I knew if I don't, I got to be really, really careful. I knew I was watching Hennings behind me, and I knew he was going to catch me, and I knew he was going to be the one to battle the most with. And then all of a sudden, here comes Jimmy. Like, where did he come from?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I at no point during the race was I was not going to give anybody the bumper unless we're under caution, and I give them a little love tap. That's what I call it, since it's my last name. Just.
I mean, it's an intimate thing, right? Just a little love tap.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just a little love tap.
We're heading off to Iowa next week. Is Iowa a track you like as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I missed that one last season. I'm sorry, and that was I can't remember what we were doing, but we had something going on with our family that I had to miss that one. I'm looking forward. I love the shorter tracks, the more technical tracks. But before we go, thanks to James Wagoner Welding for keep on sponsoring us. Hopefully he enjoyed this race. Thank you to James.
Heck yeah.
And a little shout out to Kim X. They're on the side of my truck. It's CHEMX Kim X. They're
okay.
Yeah, it's a touchless car wash products that they've got. They've got the Stars and Stripes, snake oil, all sorts of stuff. My next paint scheme will be a little bit more in depth, and I'll have a little bit more information for everybody. But they're a quote sponsor of mine. Bob and his crew up north are putting out some good products. So
that's awesome. Awesome to hear.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel. Thanks for putting on a show tonight. You definitely did a good job of making it interesting because you did have a good charge right at the front before that pit cycle, and a good battle. And then after that tire run, you settled into a P3 finish. I think you're sitting in, looking at the points right now, in 6th. You're about 24 points back. With the amount of races that we have left, do you think you got something to steal a championship here?
Absolutely.
Oh, heck yeah, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to miss last week for we had family coming into town. Just family gets in the way of doesn't get in the way, but family takes precedence over iRacing. But we had family coming into town, and I had to get everything ready. So, but no, as long as I make all the other races, I should be 1 or 2 in the championship. We'll just say 1.
Yeah, we'll just say 1. Excellent performance tonight, Daniel. Congrats on your P3. Yeah. I look forward to seeing you up in the booth again, and hopefully you can put on the same caliber show that you did tonight at Iowa when we go there next week.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a good night, sir.
You too.
That was our P3 finisher, Daniel Love, in the 71 machine. We're going to grab our P2 finisher now, Brian Hennings. He was a dominant performance all season long. Brian, Give us a rundown of what you saw out the front windshield when you were strapped into your metal asylum box.
Which part? At the end?
Well, we can start at the start.
Yeah, no, it was a good race. I mean, I was there most of the time until I got the little incident there on whatever, I think it was 68 or whatever. I don't know. I heard numerous times, I missed the driver meeting, but that it was on the guy that goes below the yellow to come back up. So I didn't really agree with getting the end of line, but I don't know. I guess I just got up. I mean, I still finished second. So it was a good race.
Yeah, I think it varies as you go from kind of league to league or race to race. Like obviously, like open server racing is very different than league racing, and I'm impartial to that rule myself in the saying like the driver below the line doesn't have any right of way on the racing surface, right? So
yeah.
It is a tough call, but the rules are the rules. I believe they're applied pretty fairly and equitably here from what I've saw so far. But you were able to bounce back from that, and I believe you pitted on lap 75, and then all of a sudden you were just driving balls to the wall. So you had a couple good battles. If the race had another 10, 15 laps, do you think you would have been able to wheel in Pylon?
Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, I was just giving him kudos before he pulled me up here. I mean, he had 10-lap old tires, and I don't know. I probably just cooked him, just trying to chase him down. At one point, I think I got him just under a second behind him, but then he, kept it about the same or pulled away a little bit. And, kudos to him. I mean, he had the older tires, and I couldn't run him down. Like I said, I probably just overcooked him a little bit, trying to, reel him in there at the end with the laps winding down. So good job to him, and good job to Daniel.
Yeah, heck yeah. So right now you're sitting with an 8-point lead, 5 races in, going to Iowa next week. Your average finish is second place, and that's where you were tonight. You got 1 win on the season. What are you going to do to seal the deal for the championship? Like, I don't even know how many races we got left, but
let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more races. Iowa's next. Short track. Anything can and will happen there. I don't know. I kind of like Iowa a little bit, so see how that plays out. Auto Club. That's always a fun one. There's too many different racing grooves. Dig is a toss-up for anybody. We all love the super speedways. Nashville, not so sure about. Charlotte, maybe. Never ran North Wilkesboro in the truck, and I do like Kansas. So, I don't know. There's still a lot of races left, so anything can and will happen. So, we'll just have to all sit back and see how it plays out.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like, I agree. Like, I love Iowa myself. I love Phoenix. North Wilkesboro is like a short track, so I think, you saw, to me, a lot of carnage at the start here as drivers were going into turns 1 and 2 at the start of the race, not having the tire pressure. And I think you're going to see that a lot at like North Wilkesboro and Iowa as well, right? Whereas like we move to those intermediate speedways like an Auto Club or Nashville Super Speedway, like you got a little bit more grace. But it's been a pleasure watching you so far in these 5 races, Brian. You've been in contention just about every week, and have bounced back and have a positive outlook on everything that's going on. Before I kick you out of the booth tonight and sign off, who do you want to give a shout out to?
You guys over at Speed Zone for the broadcast. Go look at it when I get a chance. Thanks to all the admins, Dougie, Tim, Jeff, and all the guys that put on this league, and my VRX teammates, Benji, Aguiar for sure, gave me little pointers there on this one. Benji, Teresa, Greg, Edward, all of them, and definitely wife and daughter. Love you guys.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, thanks for putting on the show. I think, if time would have ticked down, you might have filled up Pylon's mirror a little bit more, but I'm sure just, like you said, with this many races left in the season, you got a long road ahead, and having consistent finishes up front is going to really position you for that championship. I mean, that's what I would race for, right? Like
win it on points.
Yeah. consistent finishes
Yep.
win, not winning every
Yep.
race, right? So
Yep, winning on points. Yep, I'll be okay with that.
yeah, I would be too. Well, congrats on your P2 finish tonight, Brian, and I hope to see you next week. Do as well as you did tonight at Iowa.
Likewise. Thanks, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, take care.
You
That was
too.
our P2 finisher, Brian Hennings. Great job tonight by all the drivers, really across the field. Like, you saw a mix of drivers show speed, show respect, and that's the kind of racing that they're fostering here at the Roughneck Racing League for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series season number 6. Saw race number 5 go down in the books. We had a little bit of a rough start, and rolling through the cautions, but nonetheless, we were able to get in all the 100 laps. We only saw the degradation of a few cars. I think we had, I want to say about 20-ish, 19-ish of the 23 cars finish the field. But lo and behold, pit strategy paid off for that 29 machine. Jimmy Pilon. He pitted on lap 65 and was successful at holding off the charge from the 08 machine of Aguiar, and then the later charge from Hennings and Love, who had pitted on lap 75. So they were coming, but that Allied Chevy, number 29, was able to be victorious. So hats off to Jimmy Pilon for getting it done. Hats off to everyone in the league for putting on a good show tonight. We're Speed Zone TV. I'm Robert Warrens, bringing you all the action for Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. We're going to roll a little commercial to pay some respect to our sponsor that allows us to be here, and make sure that you're hitting them up for any welding services that you need. I know some of the drivers, they got some bent up trucks that they should be reaching out pretty soon. So yeah, get on the horn. Numbers in the commercial. But we'll be signing off. Make sure that you take a moment to throw a like on the link of the stream. Share it with your friends and family. Get us out there. We love doing this for you guys and bringing you the action. So if you got some feedback that you want to share, definitely open to it. Just great job once again by everyone. Shout out to Wagoner's Welding Truck Series for putting on a good show for race number 5 at Phoenix Raceway. And we'll be tuning in next week for the race at Iowa Speedway, 7:25 p.m. EST, 150 laps. We've saw a bunch of different winners and a bunch of different strategies. So I'm pretty sure, as tonight was interesting, next week is just going to breed that same type of racing of multi-groove lines where drivers are going to be holding the loud pedal and scrubbing the tires and sliding that truck around a little bit. So we're Speed Zone TV. I'm Robert Warren signing off. A shout out to Roughneck Racing for bringing us here, and the Wagoner's Welding for sponsoring the series. And we'll be back next week. Thank you, everyone.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.